Wow, I did not see that coming. Whew. All right, we got to give him some credit. Like, he is leaving office just the way that he came in. He is dropping some bombs, stirring the pot, getting people to talk, and even to the point where you got Nancy Pelosi actually like supporting him and retweeting him. Like, what has it come down to? So last night I sort of just checked out of media, just took some time off, and getting back in and realizing, oh wow, look at this. We went from this COVID relief package offering a whopping $600 as a stimulus check for Americans that are struggling with unemployment, struggling, with the pandemic, and after however many months, that's the only thing that Congress can come up with. And now, last night on Twitter, President Trump shared his thoughts and basically what he's going to do. And I'm sure you probably heard, but if not, check this out. So this is what is going on. President Trump last night saying that he is not going to basically sign this new COVID relief bill. And he is wanting $2,000 for individuals, $4,000 for married couples. And this is actually interesting because and I forgot where I read this. I don't know if it was in the Post or somewhere, where he was saying that he didn't agree with the $600. Like, he didn't like it, but his people, his aides, stepped in and didn't want him to get involved because the fear was that it would prohibit or just slow down negotiations that the House and the Senate were trying to work out. So he I guess took a step back, let them come up with this COVID relief bill, and now he's coming back and saying, all right, this is the best they can do. I do not agree. And then he actually went on Twitter and shared his thoughts. And you can actually see right here, even Nancy Pelosi, in her own words, this is her tweet. Republicans repeatedly refused to say what amount the president wanted for direct checks. At least the president has agreed to $2,000. Democrats are ready to bring this to the floor this week by unanimous consent. Let's do it. And in case you missed what President Trump had to say, here is a brief recording.
In an effort to advance their extreme left-wing agenda and influence the election. Then, a few months ago, Congress started negotiations on a new package to get urgently needed help to the American people. It's taken forever. However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated. It really is a disgrace. For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called the COVID relief bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $134 million.
And this was obviously not just my frustration with this COVID relief bill. I had people blowing up my phone, blowing up my email, DMs, telling me, like, did you see like everything that's in here? Like, they've been working on this for months, and $600 is all they're going to get for Americans, for all everybody that's struggling right now. But then you look at everything else that is included, and there are several tweets out there. I've seen this all over. Here's one that I just found pretty quick. Make sure you can see it on my screen. Domestic funding, $26 million for the Kennedy Center, $1 billion for the Smithsonian, and you can see the list. Foreign countries: Egypt, $1.3 billion, Sudan, all of these. And then there at the very bottom, you can't see it. Let me minimize my screen, which you already know it. Where is it? There it is. $600. $600 is what you all are going to get. And like, it is just another slap in the face of, oh, we're working hard for the Americans. We're working hard for our people. And this is the best we could come up with. So like, what does this really mean? Obviously, this is not passed. He is saying that he's not going to sign, which is a big deal as far as like this could impact, because I think it was Mnuchin was saying that checks could be potentially going out next week here soon. But obviously, the Trump doesn't sign. Then what are the options? Like, then what is going? So this is what we are looking at if President Trump refuses to sign. Because so right now, with Congress getting ready to convene for the break, so I'll go ahead and highlight this. I'll have a link to this article that you can also read. But it says, but Mr. Trump's potential refusal to sign the current bill could have dire consequences, particularly if Congress is not able to convene to override a possible veto until after Christmas. The bill renewed early provisions set to expire at the end of the month, such as so it basically, for those that maybe were, and for me, and you tell me if this is also the case for you, but like obviously $600, like yes, there are a lot of people that could use $600, but the reality is like that's it. Like I think people are gonna like whatever, like $600. Yes, it's gonna help, but it's not like they are just waiting and can't wait any longer to get the money. So if it's a difference of like getting $600 or potentially more, I think most people would agree that they would rather wait, even if it takes another week or two to get more. Now, this is all just a big political. I don't even have the word to describe what this is, especially like right now before Christmas. It's like, man, can you just like mess with us even more? Let's see how this plays out. I'm really curious. There's going to be a lot of back and forth, and I do see a lot more talks happening after Christmas, because right now it is just December 23rd. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So I don't see a lot getting done before then. And I also, based off this, I do not see the $600 checks going out next week either. But man, this is, you talk about development, latest development. I mean, this is just continues to be I don't want to say a joke, but it's just like, dear Lord, just somebody get their act together and get it done. Anyway, I know I can go off on a complete tangent. I'll have more updates as they come. Just want to make sure I got this to you. I'll have all this information in the description if you want to check it out. Let me know in your comments below what you think. Do you actually, even if you're not a Trump supporter, gosh, like, the guy's definitely said a lot of things and done a lot of things, but I do want to give him some credit. Like, hey, good. I'm glad that he's speaking up and realizing, and whether this is just a show to maybe to get some ratings for a new reality show after his presidency ends. Either way, give him credit for sticking up and doing the right thing. All right, y'all. Until next time, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and all you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.